Welcome back. Bienvenidos de nuevo. Yes, this evening is one of the most exciting evenings for me, if you're watching us in the evening. Today I have the privilege of interviewing someone I never in a million years thought I would. She's famous in our home. She's famous in what she does. My heart is full of joy. One grows up with a little sister, never dreams that she will be a partner in life, in work, and in some stuff we dare not to say. Today, here in the studio with me is my partner in crime, one of my friends, and my best little sister in the world, blooming with Rose, my sister. Hi, honey.
Hi, Lydia.
Oh my God, she called me Lydia. That can't be good. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm honored. I am stunned to know that I'm here with you. It's it's something that I would never dream.
Well, I think when we were born, we're 5 years apart, right? And mommy brought you home. I didn't appreciate that. Let's start there. You're a beautiful baby. You took my attention. Today, I truly have to tell you, I'm full of emotions, all mixed emotions, because I'm looking at this amazing woman. But let's talk a little bit about who you are today. You are a business owner, okay? You work for a Fit Forever training, gym, all of that fun stuff. You are a mother, a wife, a grandmother, a friend of many, a believer in a higher power. I would say Grandma would be very proud of you, and our parents as well. Tell me what makes you come to Connecticut.
Obviously, for those who don't know, I was born and raised in here. A lot of people are like...
In Hartford, Connecticut.
Yes, in Hartford, Connecticut. I was born and raised here. But what brings me back to Connecticut, obviously, is you, my love. My heart is here.
I think it's very interesting because this interview is difficult for me because I continue to see the little girl that we shared. And by the way, teacups go the opposite way that you thought they went. But I would love to share with the world how amazing you are, how different you are, how much you grew up, not because of age, but because of challenges life offered you. You have an amazing community. I had the opportunity to go to Florida, to Fort Myers, and take pictures, which soon your folks will see, and also spend time in some of the communities you work in. Life wasn't always that magical. Life wasn't always that perfect, so we want to claim it's perfect today. You've had many challenges. At the personal note, I know that, and it pains me, and it challenges me every day to be a better person. But what is your view of some of those challenges, baby sister?
Well, I have to say that the first one was my mental illness condition. Being bipolar with major depression was one of the biggest challenge I can relate to. One of the first challenges.
I think it's very interesting how you identify it as bipolar with severe depression. For those that don't know at home, many of our brothers and sisters have a similar condition as this. So if you don't know about it, go look it up. But today is not about that. It's about the quality of mental health. And Rose has been able to say, Rose is the way I'm going to go. And I'm going to make a little bit of fun here. And let's say fun. This was her favorite color when she was a little girl. I grabbed this before we left my house. It was pink. And this is how her world really was. Everything was pink. Sure. Tell us a little bit about that. Was the world like that for you?
No, well, that's how I saw the world. Yes. You know, I thought everything was a fairy tale, everything was going to be perfect.
That was pretty annoying, I must say.
You know, I think as I kept growing, I realized that I wanted to be, I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with what, I don't want to promote them, but Disney movies are coming out right now.
I love Disney.
You know, but they have come now with a new character that my granddaughter loves, which is Moana. And
she rocks.
And one of the things that I can relate myself to her, it's because they tell her all the time, "Oh, you're a princess because your father is a chief," and she says, "No, I'm just a daughter of the chief." So as I growed up and on this journey, I have learned to develop an own character without being stereotyped in a box.
So when we grew up, a part of you not knowing about the teacups, which, you know, I still have to go to therapy for, you damaged my teacups. You thought the world worked in a certain way, and then you found out the world worked differently. But I want to be clear, you were an amazing, fun, vital kid who everybody fell in love with. That was like, you were Rosita.
Yeah, that was my nickname, you know, Rosita, and fan of the Pink Panther, I have to say.
Yeah, we had a lot of those clothes around the house.
Yes, indeed. And as I kept growing into my journey, I discovered that I didn't want to be called that anymore.
Now that's very interesting because Rosita is very endearing. It comes from Rosa, which is a rose, but your birthright name is Rose. It's not Rosa.
No. And I had a lot of challenges with that. I must say, I was challenged by teachers because they wanted to change my name from Rose to Rosa, and I got punished. Incredible, but I got punished for not answering and saying it's when the teacher would say Rosa, I would just stare at the teacher, and the teacher would keep saying my name, and I was like, I didn't answer because that was not my name. My name is Rose.
And for any of you who have ever seen our mother, my mother, you do stick to the rules. You stand for what you believe in.
Very.
So I'm sorry, Mom, but that's your fault. So you were born into this family. You have an older sister, that's me. You have a younger brother. We grew up in this home. We grew up to be big people. At least you got tall. I never got tall. You have turned out to be an amazing human being, but you are now a leader. That wasn't natural for you. You were very gentle, fragile, and all of a sudden, this lion came out. Mental health was an awakening for you, or was it a drainer?
I think, and to be honest with you, I never put it into those thoughts, but I have to really say that it drained me, but it gave me the courage to finally let the person that I wanted to be come out.
And you know what? I would have to say that you are not much different to my little sister that I remember, except that you become a powerhouse. You become a solid powerhouse. So how does someone who has thrived, not survived, you've thrived to be Rosemary, blooming with Rose, how does that happen? You were concerned about your weight. Why don't you say it? You were 300 pounds?
I was 300 pounds, yes.
Okay, so this is not really about weight. It's about what it does to your self-esteem. How does it happen? And now you are instructing people at living quality of life. But tell me about the magical people that you're spending time with.
Yes, a lot of people think that I'm training 15 years old people and 20, which, hello, there's nothing wrong with that age. Kudos to you. I love you guys.
Do I know anybody who's 15 anymore?
But my population are between the age of 55 and up.
Ah, baby boomers.
Baby boomers. And through their eyes, you see life different. They have lived, but they still want more out of life.
So it's very interesting because you have landed in a place where it's probably nurturing, would you say?
Yes.
I've had you here in Connecticut before, and I got scolded because I kept you here way too long. You are a personal trainer.
Yes.
Okay. You are hired constantly by people who want that intimate conversation and development, and also increase their quality of life. But you're talking about a population that brought me a lot of hope, because my husband and I are thinking about what is retirement I'm looking at. And I went to see your friends, your circle of friends, and I felt like I was 15 and had a lot to go with. So do your circle of friends know where did you come from?
Well, now they will.
Sorry.
Now they will. A lot of my my circle does not know that I come from, I compare it like the lotus flower. The lotus flower grows from the dirt and becomes such a beautiful flower.
Nice way.
And I read this thing that this quote that I think I'm taking to heart, and is that I bloom from the wound that I once bleed.
Oof. Okay.
So a lot of them, they don't know. So my story is basically right now being exposed. And exposed in a good way. I think I am prepared mentally, and I am strong enough to be able to say, you know what, I was in this dark place, but I am recovered. And keep recovering every day, because a lot of people, it's like alcohol and anything like that. This is a challenge daily. It's not something that you come out of it, you snapped your fingers and you're cured. And this is a very important message that I want everybody to really understand. This is not something that you snap out of it. This is a constantly daily challenge. There's a battle every day, every second of your life. I would say that the best little pieces of advice that I can give you is learn about your condition, learn what triggers it, and constantly work on yourself. I think you are the most important thing, the best value to invest is in yourself, and that's the best thing that I could have done through the years.
I have to uncover the box a little bit and show another side of you. As a little girl, you were magical, like the world through your eyes was very magical. You are a survivor and thriver of bipolar. That's not what I want to focus on. There's so many beautiful things, including that, in your garden. You are constantly inspiring people, and I will quote here. I received letters as we were putting your video together from your students, from your circle of friends, which I think that's so beautifully said. They said you're a motivation to them, you're an inspiration to them, you keep them pumping, you challenge them, they love you. To put some letters together. They're constantly sharing their love with you. I know a lot of people who do personal training. I know a lot of people who work in a gym. I know a lot of people who I go, wow, they have this rock body. I would love to go after them and learn something. You offer something different. What is it that you offer that makes you so unique?
You know what, I have to say, in patting myself in my back, I have a great mentor. One of my great mentors, his name is Jeff Gerardo, which is from Fit Forever, the company that I'm working with. He said that if there's no heart on the job that you do, then you're in the wrong job.
If it feels like work, then
And
it is work.
And I think that what I bring to every one of them, it's a heart. It's that pulse that that says I care. You're not just a member. You're not just a number. You're part of the Blooming with Rose family. And and I mean, in the Latino, when we say familia, that's a big place to be at. A lot of people say, oh, I love you like a family. No, but there's more into it, because when you
Depending the family you have, I tell people don't love me like family sometimes.
Yeah, well, true, because sometimes, you got some boundaries in there that you want to keep. But, when they don't feel that you just go after kitchen, or that you just there because you're doing your job, when your heart is there, it shows. And I think that has been what makes the difference?
I have, like I said previously, I've been to your classes. Another part of you, which I think is delightful to share in, you're a very proud mother. Very proud mother
Yes.
of two beautiful young women. But you're a grandma.
Oh, yeah.
You've fallen into that category now. So you have a couple of generations underneath you. What is the most inspiring women that you have met in your life? The ones you go, thank you for traveling in my journey.
I would say my sister.
Jinx, no, not
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, definitely. First of all, I would say you.
Thank you.
And it's because people say, and this, we have a very special bond, and people don't get this, you know. And a lot of people feel weird whenever I express who is my biggest person that I admire and then I look up to. And people don't understand it, but it's because we have a very, very difficult journey, but we have learned to make it a good journey. And I think that every day that passes, I learn even more. So if you ask me what will be that first person, it will be definitely you, and not because we're in cameras. You know, I'm talking.
Trying to contain my emotions here.
I'm really talking from the bottom of my heart. You know, that will be my first person, and then I have a lot of people who have mentored me through my Blooming with Rose family. But I really also have my circle, which is my immediate circle, which is my husband, Carlos, my daughters, Ariana, Carla.
I love my brother-in-law. I have to say that publicly.
You know, my granddaughter now, Carialis, and which I love dearly.
Do they keep you grounded? Is there part of a feeling of, this is my niche, this is my home, it keeps me grounded? Or does work do equally the same participation in your life?
I think since we have so many family challenges, daily basis, and sometimes we take it for granted, the people that we have closer. And it's harder sometimes to visualize that they are the ones who keep you grounded. But I think they're the ones who keep you striving for life. But really, I say that by my Blooming with Rose family is the one who keeps me grounded. My immediate family are the one who keeps me thriving, but my Blooming with Rose keeps me grounded all the time.
But I don't know many people who can say that their family at home and their family at work are a special seasoning for their life. And it's like a condiment for you. I think one of the reasons why you are here in Connecticut is because I would love to plant you here so people can feel the blooming of who you are. But there is a very unique story to you. There is a big, big branch that everybody's holding on to, which is called hope. And you bring a lot of that everywhere you go.
And this is what brought me back the second time around. You know, it brought me a second time around because when I came here the first time, it was like, wow, I want more. I want more of what they offer me, and they offer me so much love, and so they were so receiving that I was
and we like you here. Don't go anywhere. We have to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll come right back. Blooming with Rose, we're going to take a quick break. She's going to come back. I'm going to dry my tears, and we'll come back with my little sister who happens to be a blooming rose.
The belief that women only have their beauty to make them strong or powerful. It needs to be redefined and redeemed.
The world tells you you have to do things in the right order.
There's nobody who can be you, so why are you trying to be somebody else?
There's something wrong with this thing. I mean, I think I weigh more than this.
We have so much love to share, to inspire humanity.
Do not let other people's opinions weigh you down.
Don't weigh yourself by your limitations. Rather, weigh yourself by what you can achieve, what you can give.
I weigh 72 kg of craziness, okay?
I weigh my own worth, not what society tells me. I weigh what I am when I'm most contented.
Together we're heavier, because together we're stronger.
My tip to you is don't start smoking, and if you do smoke, quit. And don't give up at one fight. Be fine until you succeed. I don't want anybody to have to go through what I'm going through.
You can quit. For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
This message is brought to you by Deadpool.
Gentlemen, how well do you know your happy sack? I'm sure you rummage around downstairs more than Mommy would like, but it's time you started paying attention to your favorite pastime, because that bag of beans bouncing around in your hand could be trying to kill you. What? Yeah, because testicular cancer is the most common form of cancer in men aged between 15 and 35. It's time to fight back. Hold each of your manberries, or as I like to call them, smooth criminals, in turn between your thumb and fingers. Give them a gentle roll around. Don't get too excited, though. You're on a mission here. You also need to check the tubes around the back. That's the spermatic cord and epididymis, but I'm sure you knew that. If at any point you feel an unusual lump, size shift, or irregularity, don't ignore it like a pussy. Man up and talk to your doctor. The alternative is not an option. Check those bad boys at least once a month after a bath or shower, so the next time you're shopping for one in the sexy salad section, remember to tweak the tomatoes before you go cucumber crazy. Puns.
Hashtag touch yourself tonight.
Bienvenidos de nuevo a Lily Sin Barreras. Welcome back to Lily Without Barriers. Today, like I said previously, I have the honor to interview one of my favorite people. And I said this previously, when you grow up with someone, little do you know they're going to be this big person. And she's the little one. And it's my sister, Rose, Blooming with Rose. We're back.
We're back.
Let's get into the meat of this interview, the one that you were probably dreading the most. You, like I said before, to be repetitive, are unique. You're fabulous. Everybody knows that. What are the things that Blooming with Rose does not like? What are the things that make you trigger, that you go, oh my God, these things are not necessary?
Am I going to beep if I say the
appropriate
answer?
language, please.
Well, the first one I have to say is the president.
Okay.
Sorry, it comes in the line.
Yeah, I didn't vote for Donald Trump either. But, a lot of people did, so we'll leave him alone.
Yeah,
sure
we do. You know, I do respect everybody, and you know, but true is true. But one of the things, the major things that I really don't like is injustice, abuse, people being mistreated, taken advantage of.
Now, your whole aura changed when you were talking about this, like instantly. Your color has changed, your eyes have become intensive. Does that feeling come from a personal place? Unfairness, injustice, probably discrimination. Is that an emotion that you feel deeply? Is that something that has happened to you and that's why you've become this Leona, this lioness that we all now know?
Yes. I think my blood pressure just went to sky high.
BP, BP.
You know, and it's because everybody will probably see me now and they say, well, okay, she had it granted, you know, everything was okay.
Silver spoon.
Yeah, silver spoon, golden crown or whatever they want to call it, you know. But like we have mentioned before, I was 300 pounds. So I was bipolar with major depression. And it took a lot of work, a lot of work. And in that journey, I was abused, mistreated. You know,
Yeah,
I got that accent.
In the Latino community.
My Blooming with Rose family must be laughing like there's not a.
They love your accent.
You know, like, but mistreated a lot and judged. And that was one of the things that I really didn't like.
So again, your energy has changed, your aura has changed. It is personal for you. I mean, obviously your blood pressure, as you indicated, has risen, and hopefully it will stabilize so we can finish this interview. Can you share a moment where you felt this is absolutely wrong? Now, as sisters, we have shared many moments where we go, this is not right. And we're talking about from mental health to work environments to family, not understanding the uniqueness that God gave you. Because when we start looking at mental health as a disease and start recognizing it as it is for lots of us, we can treat it very differently. Because we still have a lot of people, okay, that are very, very convinced that if they share this with the world, with anybody, they will be treated differently. And they are, lots of times. Is there one moment that you thought, oh my God, I've hit rock bottom, this is horrible, no one can see me?
Yes, I was, I think it was right when I was like almost hitting my 30s. And at that time I was already 300 pounds. And
did you have trouble with controlling food? Was that a thyroid issue? Where does the weight come from?
It was, part of it was medication.
Okay.
Part of it was anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And
so did you eat when you got a lot
yes,
of anxiety?
I am an emotional eater. Mm-hmm. And I am because I'm still working on that.
Yeah. Bring the cookies on.
You know, and I saw this right here on the table, and I said, are there chips?
Potpourri, please don't eat them.
You know, so I am, I'm an emotional eater, but it's something that I'm working on. Like I said, there's no perfection. It's things that you work as you are. But yes, one time I went to this gym, and I was not the hot tamale that the other trainers in that commercial gym, because this is not the case with all of them, you know. It's not every trainer, but once he had my contract, he dropped me.
To train you?
Yeah, to train me. Okay. Once he had my contract, well, he dropped me, and no longer there was interest. And
so you entered the gym, and your goal was to lose weight, to feel better, all of the above?
To do something. Basically, I was like, I'm going to go to the gym to see if I can do something. But in reality, the way that I went there, what it took me there was, you know, a neighbor that I met at that time, and she invited me. And, sorry, let me get those facts. Let me rewind a little bit backwards. First of all, after I was 300 pounds, on 2009, I can remember the year, we went to South Beach, Miami to celebrate the 4th of July. And I remember my husband taking a picture. And when he turned the camera for me to see that picture, I saw this person that it was not me. I was like, no, that's not me. That's impossible. And from that point on, I just grabbed a bottle of water and I said, I'm not going to eat none of this food.
So the picture projected to you what you were feeling, or was it new to you? Did you look at the picture and go, oh, that's me?
Like it literally, it was like finally I saw myself. Like I was able to see myself from outside in. Like you will look at me. And that hit me hard. That was very.
So you're no, I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're battling bipolar. You're battling the depression that comes. It's like the twin sister, the evil sister of bipolar. You're battling the fact that you're probably eating away just to stay away from some of these emotions, but you're an emotional eater. What's the support system around you at this time? Was it weak? Did people understand? I won't get offended. Did people really get the fact that I'm struggling?
No, the support system at that time was poor. Nobody understood what was going on. You know, it's just basically I'm eating, and that's it. And I love you, and you look okay. You know, but then when I saw the picture, and I said, no, this is not right. This is not who I want to be. But at the same time, we got to understand, I was battling with other emotions that I couldn't control.
Exactly.
You know, and I survived 4 suicidal attempts, you know, and it was tough. It was tough. But that picture made a big impact on how to start turning. And like I said, my husband took the picture, showed me the picture, and I was like, I don't want to be this person.
You know, it's interesting that you say the picture, because you are absolutely correct. The little girl I grew up with used to take flowers out of the garden and turn my teacups. I'm harping on the teacups. Turn my teacups, and really thought that the world was this shiny, brilliant star that she would follow through. So when this condition arises and we lose the Rosita, we don't know how to help. And this happens to a lot of families, okay? This happens to a lot of people. So your circle of friends or your loved ones are saying, no, you look great, you look wonderful. And it's not so much about your physique, but also how you felt.
Yes.
Okay? Because if you feel good, it's all good, right? But if you don't feel good, that's the hard part. So what happens after the picture?
After the picture, like I said, I just grabbed a bottle of water and said, I'm not going to consume this food that was here. It was not healthy for me. But I wish it would have been that easy. There's still more battle to come. And then after that, I met my neighbor. That's where I wanted to go back into that. I made my next door neighbor. Her name is Erica Matos. And she inspired me to go to the gym, to this class.
How did she do that? What did she touch that? Because I'm sure other people said to you, hey, let's do this, let's do that. What did she say that was so different? Or was her timing, or what was it?
I think she started talking about music, and, you know, let's just go to the Zumba class.
Hala.
You know, and about music, and let's just try it. And I think I never heard the word just try it. I don't think nobody ever had said to me, just give it a chance.
Yeah, we grew up with high expectations, yeah.
You know, I never had somebody to tell me that, and that takes the pressure out of do it. You know, it's just, okay,
you can do it, you can do it.
You know, so it was just that try. But I went to the Zumba class, but that same timing is where I go there, and like I said, I was not the hot tamale of the trainer. So the trainer got me, but didn't know how to continue with me. So I dropped again.
So did you feel like you were a project that they took on, but then fell through the
for that personal trainer per se?
Okay.
in that commercial gym.
So money, Ching, gone.
Yes.
Okay.
And but there was still hope because she had me hooked into the Zumba and the music, and certainly, you know, certainly I'm looking inside, and the instructor, her name is Yesenia Galarza, which all my kudos to you, because you saw my wings, and I really appreciate
So Jessica
her.
saw your wings. What does that mean? How do you know she saw your wings?
Because she kept connected with me. She kept that connection. She was like, come on, you know, let's do this, let's do that. And it didn't feel like she was after something. She was just,
she saw your beautiful
she saw
aura.
me. She saw me. I hear you, I see you. That's one of your biggest saying, and which I love a lot. And I am thankful for that, that she did. And I continue going to her classes. And I remember one day she said, you know what, it's time for you to fly. And I said, no. And you know me better. You know that when I start stopping somebody, it's like, wait, hold on, you know. And she said, you're ready. And I said, I'm ready for what? And she says, let's get you certified.
As a Zumba instructor.
As a Zumba instructor.
Wow. Okay. So you now become full of anxiety, I imagine, because now anybody who has to take a test, you know, it's like
Yeah.
now
For me,
being
it doesn't-
judged again.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So how do you find yourself? Yes, no, maybe.
So it was so
Jessica has lost her mind.
it was so funny that Yesenia kept pushing.
Oh, it's Yesenia. I'm sorry.
No, it's just, it was funny because she kept pushing me like, you can do this, you can do this, and here comes life and throws the curves on me, and I messed up my Achilles, and I had to put a boot on.
Ooh.
So I couldn't be walking on that foot, and I kept training. I was like, no, I'm going to this. Either
with a boot on?
Yeah, with a boot on. And
I'm sure the medical community does not agree.
and it's not something recommended to be done, but I knew that I needed to accomplish something.
So you're full of fire. You finally feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, a sense of purpose.
Yes.
Now, I don't want to give the wrong impression. You've had many jobs, were very successful. You've had an amazing career prior to getting sick.
Yes.
Okay, so there was a blooming rose prior to that.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so, but now this is a whole different area for you. When do you decide, I'm ready, I'm going to become certified?
Well, she kept insisting, and I said, well, okay, let's do it. But the beautiful part of it is that when she grabbed my hand and said, I'll be there with you. And I think it's so important for not only offering, but grabbing somebody's hands and follow through. The follow through. I think that is the most beautiful thing that you can do to a person, because it shows that you're not just saying something. It means I got your back.
Now you have an entire family, and this one person made such an impact in your life. Do you find yourself wanting to be that impact for other people? Is this what you're doing every day?
Yes, I have it's a very strong story that it's hard for me to say, but since you're my sister and it's just you and I right here.
Oh Lord.
You know, and why is because, and it's hard because people's beliefs are different, but this is true, what happened to me. And again, I am just saying what truly.
There's no need for apology.
You know, what happened.
We are who we are.
We are who
I
we
am
are.
of what I am.
On one of the attempts of suicide that I tried was cutting my veins. And I don't want to be too explanatory because the case is kind of graphic in your mind, but I was in my bathtub, and I remember saying, God, if you help me through this, give me one more chance, I promise you that every time any life that crosses to my path, I will make a difference. But just give me one more chance.
What is that chance for?
To make everybody's life, that everybody's important, that everybody, you can hear everybody, you can see everybody, that everybody may have a disability, but they have many opportunities.
A uniqueness. A
uniqueness. Yes.
So let me bring some light to this. It brings me a great deal of pain as your older sister. I don't care how many times I hear these stories, it's very, very difficult. Mental health has been my standing ovation and my promise, but some of us try to negotiate with our higher power. You tried to negotiate with the higher power. You said to the higher power, to God, to your higher power, to your belief, give me one more chance. Where were you then that you wanted one more chance?
In a very bad place. And I knew deep inside that Rosita heart was there. And then I knew, like, there was something inside of me that said that I had another mission, that it was not over, because it's not over until it's over. And I want people to be able to feel what I feel.
Which is what?
That there's life, that there's hope. There's darkness, but there's more light than darkness. And then, you know, I don't say, for those who are hearing me, I'm not talking about that, oh, she's out of that difficult moment, oh, so that's why she's saying this. No, I'm saying that there is a chance for better improvement. There is a chance for quality of life. There is a chance to do something more with you, with yourself.
I remember when we were little girls, you were a scary cat, and it was easy to scare you, and that was tons of fun. However, you always had that light. Always had that light. One of the things that when we became adults, we talked a lot about was we feel different. We were built different. We might be aliens.
That's what we say all the time.
Because that's how it felt, right? Like we were in a different shell than everybody else was. So I can't hear you, I can't see you, therefore I'm going to become invisible. That's very scary. That's not where you are today. But I like what you have just said. Every day is a new day, and it brings its own struggles. You have been able to tap into, and I think they've adopted you, a population that one would think, you're retired, you're done, you're over, come on, you know, drop all of those dreams and all of those ideas. No, it's all the opposite. When I go and see your classes and your circle of friends, I'm telling you, I get inspired. I come home and I tell my Luis, come on, chop, chop. When is this retirement going to happen? We got things to do. We got things to do. I met some people, they got things to do. So you have people from all walks of life, engineers, teachers, chemists, all kinds of people, and they wait for you. How does that love feel? I mean, because that's free love, man. It doesn't get better than free love. How does that feel when people are expecting you, wanting you, think you are valuable, and you feel it and sense it? They want to hear what you have to say. I've seen your pool class. It's huge. You have people calling you. By the way, she's in Connecticut, people. Come on. So you have people Facebooking you. Yeah, that's free love. There goes the hippie in me. How does that feel? You're on stage every day.
You know, it feels so amazing to feel that you don't have to beg for love. Wow. That you are accepted no matter what. And this is something I had to learn because I'm a very perfectionist person.
Yeah, you're a perfectionist, all right.
And I think if it's not perfect, it shouldn't be going out, or if it's not right.
And what's my motto? There's beauty in imperfection.
Yes, there's beauty in perfection. But they tell me that I'm their inspiration, but they don't know that I live through them. I live through their eyes. I live every day. It's like they show me how to be better.
These are your students.
And these are my students. And it's so important every place that I go, because I go like 12 different communities. I do personal training, one-on-one. I do motivational speaking. I do so many things, but the reward is every time I see somebody who came probably walking in slow mode, and suddenly by the second glass they going, yeah, and I'm like, okay.
I've been in that class. I can't keep up. Those ladies killed me. I'm not. No.
It's breaking one of your biggest one is breaking barriers.
Yes.
And I think that's why you and I have such a special connection, because we see there's no barriers.
No, it's because you wrote Rosita. Mommy told me I was in charge of taking care of you.
Well, definitely. I mean, there's a bloodline right there. But I think that the matter of fact that we don't see barriers, or we don't see disabilities, I don't see disabilities, I see possibilities. And it just gets better every day. And one of the things that I have, as I get wiser, we don't get older, we get wiser. As we get wiser, I have kept learning that you have to invest on your growth. Mm-hmm. You have to invest on your growth and how to become a better person. It's not a given.
No.
And a lot of people.
The master is not done with us.
No, at all. And a lot of people think that just because they're a certain age, or they go to a certain college, or I'm not saying that I have nothing against going to college, but I had somebody who said to me once, she said, "Oh, you gotta go back to school and get your master's on whatever you do." And I said, no, I have a mastery on myself, because what I teach is what I have learned through my life experience. I thought myself every day I'm constantly learning. I'm a sponge. And that's what makes you better. If you notice, even doctors have to go and take recourses in order to get their license, pre-approved. Imagine if us as human beings, we have to renew every time.
One of the biggest learnings I've had in my life is to stay in the moment, is number one. You and I talk about that a lot. This moment, right now, this is what matters. And the other one is we don't throw away people. You cannot throw away people. And I think that's one of the things you do. Mm-hmm. You have said to many people in your communities, you're not done yet.
No.
And you pick them up, and they pick you up. I've never seen that type of balance. You have an amazing balance to be able to do that. It's my honor because you're my sister. But watching you grow, never in a million years did I think you would be who you are today. I mean, I knew you were special. I knew you were dynamic. I knew you were going places. Never knew where you were going, because you were always after some butterfly somewhere, which was always beautiful and tender and all that kind of stuff. But I always feared, what's the world going to do to her? You did good.
But and something that I always want to make sure people realize is we all need a support system.
Yes.
And we need, and this is really very important, we need our families to be willing to learn. And I'm talking about my mental health. It was very crucial that my husband, that my kids, that my mother-in-law, that my surroundings were willing to learn about my condition, because it's hard enough to fight your body and what you're feeling. So it's so important that you have a support system in anything that we do. In anything that we do, we need a support system.
I'm proud of you. I think you're magical. I'm sure we're going to do a lot more interviews. It's been my honor, because I know forever and ever I would be the first interview you had. You will get better. You will do better. People know where to find you, which is Blooming with Rose. With Rose. They can find you through my page on Facebook. They can find you through your page. So I'm going to dare to close here. If you're at home and you're wondering, how did Blooming with Rose develop? You need to have her on your show, talk to her. I hope she writes a book, at least a journey book, if not anything. I hope that those of you who dare to watch this interview understand that a family is a composition of one choosing. And so you can be blood and still not be family, or you cannot be blood and choose to be family. I would like to close with an open heart. Do you have an open heart?
Yes.
An open mind? Do you have one of those?
One open heart.
And wish everybody who's in your community or who's part of it a moment of peace. Allow them to grow. Allow them to be who they're supposed to be. Don't throw away people. Blooming with Rose has bloomed. Congratulations, Sissy.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you too.
God bless you guys. And as she instructed me, I'm supposed to say, see you soon. Thanks, people.